Two other things that happened that I think we should briefly talk about and touch on. Derek Carr got a contract extension. He's going to get paid $40 million a season. And this has led to basically two sides of fans coming at this. One of them, Derek Carr deserves it. He's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. On the other side, Derek Carr is like in the mid-tier of quarterbacks. He's not elite. He's not great. Why pay him this much money? Now, where do you sit on that line, Joel, since you are a quarterback advocate?
I'm a quarterback, and I'm a Derek Carr advocate.
Correct.
But
I thought that's where you were going with that.
The Derek Carr contract, it's $40 million a year, but it's not really $40 million a year. It's kind of a one-year extension, and they could get out of it. Derek Carr said he wanted to have this money so he could make the team flexible. He said that when he signed his previous contract, he was sad to see his best friend Khalil Mack get traded for a couple first-round picks when he got traded to the Bears. But you have to pay Derek Carr. I mean, is he not? He's a borderline top 10 quarterback, but you have to just admire guys who could get through adversity like he has with the Raiders, who have not really been the most stable organization, going through different head coaches, stuff with Henry Ruggs.
Can I ask you, how isn't it $40 million?
He has a potential out in 2023.
Okay. So you think he's going to...
Well, no, I'm not saying the Raiders are going to cut him by any means.
I'm not saying they're going to cut him, but you're saying he's going to opt out of the contract?
No, it would be the Raiders have the opportunity. They're not going to, but the contract is set up where a lot of the money is like fake, more or less.
So in terms like you can make it signing bonus and
Yes.
stuff like that?
Yes.
All right.
Which is how contracts are kind of done
I'll tell you
nowadays.
what, do you like that? In my opinion, I feel like that loophole in salary cap is kind of annoying.
The issue is that these contracts aren't fully guaranteed in the NFL.
For sure.
The NBA, you can't get out of contracts.
Yeah.
Like, you're stuck with it. That's why Russell Westbrook and John Wall, you see all these crazy contracts. That'll never happen in the NFL because very few contracts exist. Deshaun and Kirk Cousins are the only ones top of my mind that are fully guaranteed. So you can play with the money, make it signing bonuses, and manipulate the cap that way. I like it for the NFL and for me as a fan because I'm not going to get stuck with a terrible contract for 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like the players don't really the players want fully guaranteed contracts. I understand that, but they're always changing this to signing bonuses and stuff. And I've never really heard players complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like as long as they're getting their money, then it's cool with me.
So I shouldn't hate on it for the fact that teams like the Saints that are supposed to be in some of the worst cap hell that there ever was, they're somehow finessing new players on their squad every single year.
I don't mind it because it's easier to rebuild and easier to become relevant.
Okay.
When you have 2 bad contracts in the NBA, you're screwed.
But then I feel like then you can continue to try and finesse a roster that you had success with over and over and over again. Because you can somehow finesse making the money work by just giving
you think
these...
it's a bad thing to try running it back?
No, I just mean that eventually you're supposed to put yourself in a position in the NFL, unless you're taking a pay cut like Tom Brady did, that you have your quarterback, you pay him an obscene amount of money, that basically skews your salary cap every single season, and inevitably you're stuck financially where you either hit in the draft, but you really aren't in a position because you paid this quarterback this top dollar, so you're not really going to be garbage enough to get a really great draft pick. You understand?
I do.
I mean, listen, I understand what you're saying, and I understand why you're saying it as well, because this just makes things worse for the Broncos, right? The fact that they can manipulate the cap this way so they can have a better roster, you don't like it. They're your rivals, you're in division. I understand, and they're a better team than you guys right now. It's as simple as that. Because I can understand your frustration.
Unbelievable.
I don't know what you mean though about having an out, because here on ESPN it says it's a 3-year, $121.5 million contract that has a no trade clause and extends through the 2025 season.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it says, if I'm on Spot Track, it says that they have a potential out 2023, 1 year, $25 million, and it would be $5.6 million.
I'll try to find the tweet that I saw that maybe explains it better.
For me, I feel like there's this thing that goes on when quarterbacks get paid, that whenever somebody gets paid and gets this huge contract, everybody all of a sudden wants to come out the woodworks and say, oh, it's a horrible deal. Oh, why pay him this? He's not worth this. He's not worth that. For one, I always go back to these two things. That quarterback is probably better than you think. Derek Carr has been in a shit situation since he got to Las Vegas for the most part, and he's made the most of it. Number two, top 15 quarterbacks don't grow on trees.
They don't.
What is the alternative? And that's what I always go back to when people want to talk about why contracts are so bad. What is the alternative? What is the alternative to not paying Derek Carr, getting Kenny Pickett, getting a quarterback in a draft class that isn't strong for quarterbacks, going with a cheaper option in free agency, and now you end up with like a filler Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like, this must be done. Derek Carr has been nothing but be loyal to the Raiders.
No doubt.
He's shown that when he has the talent around him, he can be an MVP candidate. And I'm predicting Derek Carr is going to have an MVP-like campaign this upcoming season with Devontae Adams, with Hunter Renfrow, with Darren Waller. This happens every other year. A new quarterback is up for an extension, and they now become one of the higher-paid quarterbacks in the NFL. Derek Carr, after 2016, got extended. He was the highest-paid quarterback at that time. Things are always moving up. Derek Carr, he's getting paid $40 million now. Once this new TV deal kicks in, we're going to look at this like, wow, $40 million for Derek Carr isn't too bad. Patrick Mahomes is getting $50 million. If Patrick Mahomes is getting $50 million, I'm comfortable paying Derek Carr $40 million. If Stafford is getting paid $40 million, I'm comfortable paying Derek Carr $40 million. It's as simple as that. Derek Carr deserves this. He's a great quarterback. And this constant trying to shit on quarterbacks that aren't in the upper echelon of the league is just ridiculous. Like, yeah, we know Dak Prescott and Kirk Cousins and Tannehill and Derek Carr aren't in the elite tier, but those type of quarterbacks with a roster that is good around them can take you far in the playoffs, and if things go right, can lead you to a Super Bowl.
I'll give him good.
I was just going to say real quick. So his contract is $65 million guaranteed,
Okay.
but $40 million of it is for injury, while $25 million is just regular guaranteed money. So I guess that makes it easier to kind of manipulate the cap.
A similar comparison is Tony Romo, right? Tony Romo never really had the playoff success, had some really great regular seasons, but never really could get it done in the playoffs. People look at him, and there's mixed opinions on him as well. When Tony was playing, in my opinion, I loved Tony's game. I thought that he was a great quarterback, just put in some unfortunate situations. Dez caught the ball, no doubt about it. But there were people that saw Tony Romo and thought that he should not be paid as a franchise quarterback because the verdict wasn't really out on him. Is he a great quarterback? Is he a good quarterback? So similarly here, Derek Carr is in a situation where he's been on a team. I wouldn't say similarly because Dallas's teams, when Tony was in these positions, were better than the Raiders and what Derek Carr has had. But when Derek Carr did have a roster to really compete, he had the Raiders as one of the top teams in the conference, and he unfortunately just went out with a broken ankle. And it took a little bit of time to see Derek have a team really comparable of winning consistently up until these last two seasons, where I believe last season they broke 500, correct? And this season, now they're a playoff team, and they put up a great game against the team that went to the Super Bowl. Now you're adding Devontae Adams, and all the while, Derek Carr has been consistently the most important player for the Raiders. I'm fine with him getting this money. Like you said, if you're paying a guy like Mahomes the most money that there is to pay a quarterback, Derek Carr should not come close to Mahomes. But you're fine. I'm fine with paying him $40 million. Matt Ryan was getting around this, or supposed to be getting around this money. Yeah. That's fine. I'm fine with it. Like you said, as time's going on, we're going to see the contracts continuously increase. And Derek Carr is going to be put in a position where he's going to be paid inevitably in that 8 to 11 list of quarterbacks. Once these quarterbacks are getting their money, you're going to see Josh Allen. Did Josh Allen already get paid?
I think
he did get paid.
Yeah, I think so.
So you're going to have Lamar Jackson getting a contract very soon. You're going to have Kyler Murray getting a contract very soon. Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. These are all guys that are better than Derek Carr, that are going to get more money than him, and inevitably he'll drop off. Jimmy Garoppolo was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL at one point. Times are changing, and eventually it'll even out. So right now, I can't look at this contract and think it's bad. You need a comparable quarterback, especially with a roster that you're going all in on. Simple as that.
I think I found someone who likes Daniel Jones as much as you. Some Alex Wilson ESM on Twitter said, if Derek Carr is worth $40.1 million per season, how much is Daniel Jones worth? Maybe half that. If he balls out this upcoming year, extend him at $20-25 million a season might be in the cards. They have the cap space.
That's all day.
He lost me if he balls out this year.
He's a Giants guy.
I don't think
grow
he
up.
balls out this year.
You need to grow up.
He's
Dude,
a Giants guy.
Because when they get Evan Neal and Icky, it's going to be nuts.
I mean, the thing about it is
Based off my research, man, if you're not good by year 2, you're not going to be good
That's
unless you're
wrong.
Josh Allen.
That's wrong.
Is Daniel
And
Jones
he
Josh
was
Allen?
No, but
And
he's
I'll
the
say
most
Josh
comparable
Allen-
to Josh Allen.
Good
No,
God.
he's not.
He
What
is.
the hell?
Their arms are light years different.
See, but ironically, Daniel Jones still throws one of the best deep balls.
But Josh Allen's velocity and
Of
his arm
course,
strength
of course.
is...
Listen, it's a poor man's
stupid.
Josh Allen. It's a comparison in the sense of you have
I'm a poor man's KD then.
no. Sorry, kid.
No, I'm taking that.
No,
If Daniel Jones is a poor man Josh Allen, I'm a poor man's KD.
no.
Have you seen my mid-range, bro?
It's not bad. It's not
Not
bad.
bad is rude.
It's not. Whoa. That's a compliment. All right, take it easy.
Can you believe this guy,
That
bro?
being said, Daniel Jones' ability to still throw the deep ball and have one of the better deep balls on top of being a mobile quarterback. It's true. It's true. I know I'm right.
his ability to
stats.
also give the
Turn the
ball
ball
to the
over.
other
I was gonna
team.
I don't
say,
disagree.
Also,
I
He's
don't
up there
disagree.
with Darnold. He might be at more turnovers than Darnold.
However,
he does.
early last season when the team was healthy, I will keep reiterating it. We were sitting at this table thinking, has Daniel Jones finally taken that step? And we
Let me
all
ask you.
Who starts
We
more games,
all-
Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor?
Daniel Jones.
I think it's going to be closer than you think.
No.
Let me ask you something. Has Daniel Jones proven to be a good quarterback?
If Sam Darnold has...
I'm saying no. Not yet. Not good. Consistently no. However, early this season, yes. When the team was healthy and he had his guys, he looked damn good.
So did Darnold.
Just to just stay on this.
Darnold had those 3-game stretch this year, too. That's why I'm over that.
But
He
as a
had
passer,
moments.
but as a passer,
So Darnold.
nah, not like Daniel.
Bro, Darnold was really good
Not
his
like
first
Daniel.
3 games.
And Daniel was very smart.
So was Darnold. He barely
No,
had turnovers.
no,
His first,
no.
Bro, his first 3 games, Darnold was
The
phenomenal.
talent he was playing was garbage.
He did what he did.
Okay, come on now.
Who Daniel Jones
Off the
played?
top of my
They
head,
played Washington, I know, who ended up being terrible.
They did end up being terrible early in the season. You still had to respect them. I
Carolina,
wanna
he
say-
was
Means
terrible.
respect.
Played us.
Okay.
They played the Saints, the Cowboys, and the Cowboys was when it all fell off. And the Saints ended up being a respectable team.
No,
and the
defensively,
Giants
for
beat
sure.
them.
For sure, yeah. Defensively, they were for sure a good team.
Daniel rushed for over 100 that game.
Yeah, he's got wheels. He's got great straight line speed, but that's about it. He's got no.
I mean, listen.
No.
Come on. This Daniel Jones thing's ridiculous.
No, it's not. It's not
is.
ridiculous.
Josh
That is
It's one of the
McDaniels,
ridiculous
to
things.
talk about Derek Carr, because I want to talk about good quarterbacks right now. Josh McDaniels was under the assumption Carr was going to get extended when he came to get this job. They wanted Derek Carr in New England before they drafted Mac Jones. So he understands Derek Carr's a great quarterback. He's his long-term quarterback. And I can't wait for them to finish better than the Broncos this upcoming year.
I'm
It's
sure.
gonna happen.
I'm sure you can't wait for it.
It's going to happen.
You bastard.
You know it's going to happen.
We're gonna be all right. The Broncos are gonna finish top of the division. Russell Wilson's going to be in MVP contention, and all will be right in the world. And I will be here thrilled every single Wednesday we do the show.